Hi guys, welcome to Objera. So in the last one we saw how dynamic route works. In this one I will try to build a simple blog from scratch. Let's get to it. Now this is the one I worked on. I'll create another one. I'll call it Sveltekit blog. Alright, so I'll open a terminal here. I'll probably need two. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit. The commands are npm init svelte at next, and if you're doing it for the same directory, if you want it in the same directory, you just use a dot. I want a skeleton project. Okay, I'll do npm use 16 because it needs the 16th version. Now I'll do npm install. Alright, it has installed all the dependencies. Now I will do npm run dev. I'll open this. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit. Now I will also open this in VS Code. Okay, now here we have this home page, and let's call this home page. Okay, so in the home page we can show the blog index, a list of blog posts. We can also do this on other pages, but let me try and do it right on this page. Now to do that, I will have to fetch from an API and show it here. So I'll do one thing. Before I do that, I'll create a layout, and I'll have a container, and I'll have slot inside it. I'll style the container. I'll have max width of 800 pixels and margin maybe 50 pixels and auto. So 50 pixels on top and bottom, auto on left and right. That should keep it in the middle. Okay, let's see if that happened. Margin 50 auto. I hope so. If I add some content here, I might get to know. Okay, so yeah, it's even 800 pixel is looking big here because of since I have zoomed in. Okay, 600 makes sense here. So yes, it's in the middle somewhere, so it looks good. Now going back to the index, I will call this posts. Now in my previous videos I told you about how context module in script is useful. So it will run even before the even before the component renders, so that way you can have some data here which can be fed into the component, and it will it can start showing it. There is no rule that you have to do it this way, but it's actually the right way of doing it. It will have a load function. It will export props, and that can be used by the component. Now I'll create that function. Export constant load equals it will have a return. It will return props, and we don't know what we're going to return yet, and we may have to fetch the posts from a API. Now I will get fetch from here, and API, I think it's called JSON placeholder. Yeah, this one. Now we have posts. This should be enough. Yeah, we'll get this. So let's use this. Now I'll do constant solution equals await. I want this to be await, so this has to be async. This has to wait till we get the response. Now I'll paste this endpoint which has all the posts, and now I'll make this a little smaller. Now constant posts equals await res is the response. JSON. Now I can pass that posts as the prop. Once it is passed here in the return, I mean that exported thing can be imported by the component, so as if it's coming from a parent. Posts. Now we can see if we get something. JSON dot stringify posts, and let's see, it says undefined. Okay, we got it. So there are 100 of them, so we may have to properly arrange it. I'll try to do that here. We have this each function that we can use. I'll have div dot posts, and inside I'll have each posts as post. You can also do it as item. Let's do it as item. That's easier. I'm gonna be repeating this, so div dot post, and inside that I'll have a h1, and that will have post dot title. I'm hoping there is a title. Yep. And we'll have a paragraph with body. Post dot body. All right. Okay, item, right? I changed it to item, so I have to use item. And let's see if we got it. Yep, we did get it. Let's not do it h1, let's do h2. Yeah, this should be okay, and we will have it as a card. So I can make I'll have a style tag here, and dot posts, it's the parent. I'll make it a grid, display grid, and then I think we can do grid template columns as 1fr, 2 fractions of equal width, and then we can have a gap as well. 8 gap of grid gap. Of how much? 20 pixel. This looks good. Okay. Okay, so titles, some titles are like lengthier, some are smaller. It's okay. Now we'll style the post, individual post dot post. First thing we can have is a border, 1 pix solid hash triple D, and padding. Padding should be here, 10 pix. Okay, it doesn't look good, but I think the h2 is having a lot of margin that I'll remove. And that should do it. Okay, I'll have a box shadow 0.15 pix triple E. I think that worked. I mean, there is some kind of shadow there. Maybe I can reduce it to 10. It's too big. Yeah, this should be okay. We will maybe we'll make we'll use the ID of this post as a link. I'll have something here, a p tag, and inside it a tag, and I'll have href for that, pointing to item.id. Maybe we'll have something like a blog before that, something like this, /blog/item. In order to do this, we need this template literal, or whatever they call it. We can use $sign and then flower brackets, and that should work. Okay, so we need something, read more. Read more. So if you click on it, it will go to blog and /1, and if you click on this one, it goes blog/blog and /2. Currently it is not found because there is no nothing there. Okay, now one more thing, I can maybe truncate it. I'm not sure how that is done. There is no truncate function, I think. Dot substring, if I'm not wrong. Sorry. You start from 0 to 30 or something. Did that work? Yeah, it did. I'll do 20. Let's see. Yeah, so this will give us a uniform length of this. We'll do that for the body as well. Dot substring 0. 0 is the index, and where should it start from and where should it end. That we will give at the end. I mean, how many characters, I guess. I will take 40. 40 is less. 80. 80 seems good. Yeah. And for read more, we'll have the a tag, or what do we do here? The p tag and a tag. Okay, I'll try something. Class equals, I'll add a class for this, something like link. Now dot link, text align right. All right, so we can go here. So /blog/6, there is nothing there, so we'll create that route, blog route, and then inside blog we have 1, 2, 3, and until like blog/ I think the last one is 100. So these are all dynamic. I mean, they change, right? So we cannot have 1, 2, 3 here. So we should have a dynamic thing, which is something like id dot svelte. That 1, 2, and everything is actually the idea of of the blocks. You can call it anything you want. Now once we did that, we'll go to the we'll create we will have to make a request to the same API. I think here, if you do /1, you get the first one. If you do /2, you get the second one. That's how this API is set up. I mean, if you look at their page, so they may have an example. Yeah, this one. So this is the first one. You can go on till 100. You'll get the last one here. So let's use this. and fetch the blog. Now this ID is what we are going to use it here in this endpoint. The last one will be that, so I'll just copy it. We'll do the same thing, context equals module. Now it will have a load function, export constant load. I want you to repeat this as much as possible so that you get used to this. Now we know that we need a fetch here. We also know that we need a page here because we need the ID, right? That's a parameter called ID. So here it also has a return which returns props, and it has to return a post, single post, that we know. Now we'll do this const response equals await. Now when we have await, we have to wait for the response to come from an API, so we have to change it to asynchronous function, and we'll put this here. For now, let's get one blog, const post equals res.json. This is how we render the JSON, and then that post is passed here, and that can be used by this normal script where you take it as if it is coming from a parent component. And now we can print that out, json.stringify. This is just to check post, right? Now if everything is right, we should get the same thing in our blog slash anything, okay, blog slash, let's say 9 or 99. We should get the same thing. We are not getting it. Why? Okay, let's see why. What's wrong? Is there something wrong? I don't see anything wrong. Load page, fetch. We are fetching it. Props, post. I'll do a console log here. Okay, there's a promise which is not resolved. Okay, yeah, I needed a wait here. That's all. Yeah, one more await, that would do. Yeah, that would do it. Yes. Okay, we got the post. Now in order to display it, we can use the same method as how we did it here. We will use the same layout. It's fine. I'll have h1 post.title. We'll show the full title here, and we'll use a p tag with the post.body. Now that shows the blog post. And is there anything else that we can show here? There is user ID that I'll discuss in the next one. Now for now, this should be enough. Okay, so we don't have a navigation, so that we may have to figure out. But yeah, we have this. So we have a list of posts, and if we dolorem something, if we go there, we don't get that. We want that post. We don't want the 100th post. So let's figure out how that is done. Now we have this page. I think in one of my videos I showed what page will have, so I'll console log that if you don't know, just for the sake. We'll inspect and see what it is. Let's refresh page. Okay, yeah, so this is it. In parameters and ID we have 8. So whatever we entered here, after blog, that will be our ID, parameters ID. Fine. Now since we know that, so we'll const id equals page dot params dot id. Now this id should replace this 100. So in order to do that, we'll change it to a template literal and use the $sign and flower brackets and put id here. Now what happens, if you make a request to /8, that 8 will be assigned to this id, and then 8 will be replaced here, so it will get the 8th post, and that post will be returned from this function, and that will be taken as a prop here or received as a prop here, and that will be destructured into title and body. Okay, it'll be undefined because there is no post with that id. Let's go back to home page. Let's okay, something called magnum whatever, the same thing, and that is the post here. We can try another one. Vignette. Yeah, we got that. Now if you observe, there is a slight delay on when I click on it and then when it shows up. So if you want to avoid that, you can actually prefetch them. We can do that wherever you have this a tag. We have this nice thing called Sveltekit prefetch. If you use this, when you hover on the link, right, it will be fetched already. I can show you how it happens. If I go to the network tab, refresh this once and clear everything. Now if I hover on this this blog post where on the a tag, you see that it's already fetched. I mean, I don't think it took any time. I mean, it already fetched it. Now if I click on it, it'll already be there in the the data will be ready and it'll show it. That happens for all of them. Let me show you. This is actually fun. Yep, it's already loaded. Okay, yeah, that was something cool. We can have a navigation here. I don't know if that is needed because we have two pages. One is the list of blogs and one is where the blog is destructured. So yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, that's this is as simple as it gets. Maybe in the next one, what I will do is these have this user ID, right? I'll probably use that to show the author of that blog post, okay, using this ID, because in here we have I think we have authors, if I'm not wrong. Let's see, users or something. Yeah, they have users. No, I didn't see it. So there are users with ID 1 till 10, I think. Yeah, so we'll show their details. Maybe we'll have a users page or a user page where it shows the user, all the blogs written by them, and that sort of thing. So it's a little complicated, but I think whatever we have done here in this one, this is pretty simple. You can do it. So what I recommend is do it multiple times until you get perfect in the script context module, where it loads stuff and then provides it to the normal script tag, and then how you can use it. This you probably already know. Alright guys, I think that was fun. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.